Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here, and welcome back to Sekiro. Alright, so in this episode, my hope is that we can make it to either Mibu Village, or barring that, the Forest of Mists. Either way, we should be dealing with two bosses this episode, which is actually one boss. What in the world was that? I have never heard that sound in this game before, and I'm not sure what it was that made it. Alright, so there's lots of monkeys out here. Some of them have guns, some of them have swords, and some of them just try to beat you like regular monkeys do. The one that I just shot at was one of the gun monkeys. At the end of the day, they're really not any more dangerous than regular monkeys. Like, the gun ones are sort of annoying, but I think they can also blow up their own guns, and then they can't really do anything but try to flail around at you. They're not the scariest enemies in the game, I gotta be honest. Now, there are monkeys that are, in fact, one of the scariest enemies in the game. I hate them. But I've never cared much for fighting monkeys. Ow. Yeah, they fire once, and then they're basically helpless. And even if they hit you, they don't do much damage. I feel like they're joke enemies more than anything else. There's lots of various loot around here, but none of it's really important. I try to go for as much as I can, just because I'm a loot guy. It's one of the things that I do in every game that I play. Right, there should be a night jar down here. Yeah, there is. Feel free to drop kill him. There should be a couple more here. One's a fire guy, one is not. But the one that isn't is a shuriken guy. So not super threatening anyway. I think the implication is the Nightjar watched the monkeys in this valley, and they learned how to do all of their fancy moves from that. But I've never been totally certain why those guys are here. Alright. We're coming up on the end of the Monkey Valley. There's a bunch of them down there. Now, I don't think I have much that can hit all of them, but this is a pretty good bet. Yeah, that works. I wasn't trying to do that last one. You're pretty much guaranteed you're going to hit them all if you have Empowered Mortal Draw, which you can only get from the super esoteric text that Ishin gives you. As far as this item down here goes, yeah, it's a little annoying to get to and it hurts you to do it. And it's just sugar. Don't concern yourself too much with it. Like I said, I like getting everything that I can get my hands on. And then we grab this. Make your way across the statues. There's a sculptor's idol just up ahead. If things are giving you trouble, just make your way to that so that you can rest. Okay, and there's our next target. So, before I do this, anyone that knows the game knows what I'm about to do is a pretty bad idea. And I'm about to give a little knowledge as to why. So, I mentioned before that there are ghosts that come out at night. And night happens once you kill 2 of the 3 goal bosses, is basically the only way I can think of them. Like, you have the monkeys that give you the sword, you have the ape that gives you the flower, you have the monk that gives you the rock. Now, the ape has a sculptor's idol right here, right? Which is helpful. That means you don't have to go far. The monkeys have one right in front of them. The corrupted monk has one that you have to make a decent run to, and if you have killed 2 of the 3 bosses, the ghosts will start appearing. At least one of them will appear on the way to the monk, and it can often be pretty annoying. But that's about as bad as it gets if you get to Mibu Village before killing this thing. If you wait until you kill the monk, You don't have to deal with any ghosts if you don't want to. You can just warp back here and kill him, and that's the end of it. If you kill the ape now, after you've killed the monkeys, you will have ghosts plaguing you on the way to Mibu Village. Like, there will be a decent number of them that spawn in to try to get you, and you'll have to go through the ape again to get there. Because he comes back as a boss, but only once you beat him here, and you don't have to beat him here yet. And so, unless you're a glutton for punishment, and I like the way the game plays out if you kill him here, I feel like it works better. But if you don't want to do that, do not kill the ape until you already have beaten the corrupted monk and finished up Mibu Village. And pretty much everything else, because once the ghosts start appearing, things can get really hectic really fast in certain key areas. And so, yeah, that's something to be aware of. But I'm going to fight him now, because I like doing that. So that's a swipe. Normally you won't be able to do much with that information. His fight's a little hectic. Yeah, I knew he was going to do that. Now he's going to throw his... yeah. If you can catch him in the head, you can get him like that. And it seems to hurt him pretty bad. He doesn't like it. Alright, we're doing good damage so far. I was jumping. You couldn't tell because of the chaotic manner of the fight. But I was. Which is why he wasn't able to do much anything there. That's a grab. And fight over. But this is one of the game's greatest moments. Naturally, the ape is not dead. I personally find him easier. Now that move I hate. It'll hurt you, and it will build up terror as long as you're stuck in that blast. So don't stay in the blast. The spear is what I recommend for the fight with the headless variant. And if I get a chance, I'll show you why. Always try to parry him rather than run away, because you can get him to do this, parry that, and then spear him. That hurts him bad. Oh, that's what he was doing. Somehow we should have taken way more damage there. I hate that move, because it's kind of a screw you move. There's no solution. Just don't get hit by it is the only advice I can give. Which, you know, how is that fun at all? Ow. Oh, that was supposed to be blocked. It's only the last one that really matters. Yeah, he's a little annoying. But if you follow my guide this far, you'll have so much healing that he really... it kind of cuts him off at the knees. He can't do a whole lot. Except spam that. It's such a boring attack. I hate it. Like, it doesn't add anything to the fight. It's terrible. There we go. But annoyingly, we can't finish off the centipede with the mortal blade because he just despawns. And then you'll hear him roar in the distance. Well, screech is more appropriate. He's a noisy ape. That is the last prosthetic tool that I just picked up. Well, the last piece of the last prosthetic tool. In order to get the tool itself, you have to go speak to the sculptor. Or not. Yeah, no, it's the sculptor, I'm right. Alright, so now come get the flower. I think technically you can beat him and not pick up the flower, and time won't advance. I'm pretty sure you have to pick up the flower for it to do that, but might as well take the flower anyway. Alright. And then from there, we're just going to go back here. I could go get the ring put on. Pretty much all it does is let you alert enemies. Like, you can choose who to alert if you target someone and then whistle with the whistle, which is what it is. Only the guy that you targeted will hear you. It's kind of how it works, which is, it's decently cool. And I think it screws with animals, but that might be an upgraded variant. It will screw with phantasms at its max upgrade, but you need the Malcontent's ring for that, which you don't get until later. Alright, so this area is the game's Poison Swamp. This Poison Swamp's really not that bad, because you could just kind of jump, and because this game has jumping as a mechanic, as long as you jump, you're not getting affected by it. On top of that, antidotes are plentiful in this game, and poison is not. There are only a couple sources of it, so you should have plenty built up to easily get through this place. The real threat lies in two enemies near the end of it. And this thing. We'll kill this one now. The white monkeys are, like, top-level dangerous enemies in this game. There is very little that is as dangerous as them. Some of the only things that compare are, like, it's hard to find an example. The Senpou Battle Monks, the guys that fly, they're about as competent, except these monkeys do more damage and are harder to predict. The real issue with the monkeys is that there's always two of them. There's one there, and there's one somewhere else in here, too, I believe. I'm pretty sure. If there's only one over here, I thought there were two. There probably are, and it's hiding somewhere. Their other problem is they have a gunner way over there, who's pretty annoying. Okay. Well, let's just... Oh, right. And they poison. That's the thing. Yuhui! Just stay away from me. Alright. Heal up. Die. Alright, get through the swamp. Ugh. Where's the other monkey? Oh, did he cross the swamp like an idiot? I think he did. And I don't think that thing will really follow you in here very much. Let's just get it back on land so I can properly fight it. Over here. Okay. They're always hectic. The other problem is there's not very many of them in the game, so you don't get a bunch of practice. You only fight them if you really choose to. I think there are only 4 of them. Maybe 5. Like, really not that many. I think over here, though, this is the loot that you really want to grab. Nope, that isn't it. That is. Unless this is adamantite. It's not. Fulminated mercury is, in my opinion, the most annoying obstacle to progress in this game. It is the rarest, not special upgrade material. Is the only way I can really put it. Adamantite scraps, I think, are supposed to be its equal as far as metal scraps go, but in fairness, they're really not. Adamantite scraps are not used as widely, and they're way easier to get your hands on. Fulminated mercury, it has no renewable source except for a very specific enemy at the end of the game who drops it rarely. And then you just have to farm it from that person if you want it. Lazulite is obviously rarer, or lapis, I think is just what they call it. That's the anti-poison gourd, which you can drink, and it will reduce any poison buildup and give you some resistance to it for a bit. It will not cure you of poison. Be aware of that. But lazuli, there's only a couple sources of it. I think there's 4 of them, maybe 6 that you can get. Alright, give me just a moment here. So this area is really weird. It's got those things in the walls that attack you. They always jump out and stab at you when you get near them. They're hard to kill. Don't even bother. It's not worth it. I'm pretty sure they respawn anyway. There's geckos all over the place down here. And then, of course, the major threat is that there's a giant snake that lives down here. That one. Now, it's normally not that bad. And you can, I think, normally telegraph where those guys are. No, the bone thing didn't actually matter. Never mind. There they are. They always stab at you, and I think you can properly Makiri counter it, but I don't see a reason to even try, so I'm not super confident on that one. Can't even see anything. Just kill that one. You can slap this thing and make it all angry and it'll thrash around a bit. But all that does is release more poison, so no real point. Oh, that was unintentional. This is a dangerous spot. Guys come out of the walls and poke at you. I should probably use a antidote. Just jump through right here. Yeah, and then I'm going to leave this place behind. Okay, now this is where the snake's head is at. The only way... Well, there are 2 ways to get past it, because there's a little building up there you want to get into. The easiest one is to do this. This is one of the only very few scripted puppeteer encounters. Once it's puppeted, he'll jump up there and he'll start making noise and he'll distract the snake. That's still threatening because of that. And then once you get inside, he'll do that. You can cut at him all you want, but you can never kill this one. This snake is invincible. There's no way to get at him to kill him. What was I about to show? Right, the other way to get past him, if that one fails for one reason or another, is this, which lets you, when he strikes at you, if you use it just before, lets you teleport above him. His strike will miss, and you'll land on the ground below. And then you run inside before he respawns. And here we have the dried serpent viscera, which we also need for the return ending. So if you want to do the return ending, you have to get past that snake and you have to kill the other one. Those are the 2 of the major blocking points for it. Got a little bit of divine confetti. And then let's see, this area always turns me around a bit. I think it's actually back this way. And then there's a way to grapple higher, I think. What is it? Where is it? There it is. Okay. Now it's pretty straightforward. We'll have one more... Oh, right. First, this place. So now we're in the poison pool. Which is exactly when you drop down the big old well in the bottomless pit. In the abandoned dungeon. Hold on just a moment. When you're at the bottomless hole here, and then you jump down and you reach the Ashina depths and you land there, going through it just takes you to an upper portion of this poison pool. So if you follow the Sunken Valley to its natural conclusion, you end up here, which is the same place. Which is why I always wait until I go through the Sunken Valley to come down here. Now the poison pool is pretty much the last bastion held by the Snake Eyes, and I hate them. I'm pretty sure that's just a cannoneer. I think the actual Snake Eyes woman warrior thing is over there somewhere. But she is immune to poison, which means Sabimaru is useless against her. Alright, she sees me. Ooh, yeah, she'll do that. I absolutely would not recommend you fight her before killing everything else down here. Alright, so this is the Ashin Adepts. Sculptor's Idol we already have. She's over there just trying to snipe us. Oh. Oopsie, that was supposed to be a stealth. Okay. Kill him. There she is. Yeah, we see you. Come on. Whoa. How did she do that? She should be immune to poison. Well, I don't know how you managed it, Sharahagi. But you played yourself. And the poison didn't go away. Awesome. Okay, one of the more annoying mini-bosses in the game is finished. We've already killed her sister, so that's all of them. There's no more Snake Eyes to fight. Thank goodness. I think it's just some yellow gunpowder over here, which may or may not be worth it. Yeah, you get quite a bit of it. For supposedly being semi-rare, you're basically never needing more of it. And there's no essential loot in this place, but there is some stuff that you can get if you so feel like it. Getting to some of it can be a little bit annoying. So as I recall... No, I was wrong. Right. I remember how to get up there. Just advance. So this area is clear. Just keep on going. That should be the last poison area in the game. Now, if you've already killed the Guardian Ape, you'll see lots of blood and a dying Nightjar. Or not Nightjar. Nightjar's on the other end. That's one of the Snake Eyes who says something got its neck. That thing got its neck. Now, before going up there, you want to go up here. This is how you get to that area in the poison pool. A prayer bead. I don't remember that thing being there. Okay, it is important. Go up there. That's weird. I do not remember ever picking that thing up. And then you'll find one monkey over here. And just an interesting little bit of information. In one of its memories that it gives you for fighting it, the ape says that it lost its mate. And that's one of the reasons why it is the way it is. This here is the remains of its mate. It summons what I'm assuming is a ghost of that thing while you're fighting it here, because it's in its headless version here. It has 2 health bars. The first one is just it. The second one is it and its mate. It's gonna scream. It's his one move. Ow, that one got me. That's the annoying thing he'll do. He'll either do the swipe or the stand and slam, which is what you want him to do. Ah, I failed to parry it. Okay, now he's going to call his mate. And he's going to do it with a howl. This howl, curiously, does not build up frenzy, but I think it does hurt you. She has 1 health bar and is just like his regular ape variant, just without a move or two. I always try to whittle down as much of her health as possible using this. You do not want to fight both of them at once, and she will stick around him usually, making it difficult to get at her. Just keep the pressure up, because she needs to die. She's way too dangerous together. Got her. Alright, now it's just him again. We don't have a spear, but we can still take advantage of him being down to hurt him. Yeah, that's his big ol' swiping move. Alright, so you can finish him again. Now, this is why I always try to do the guardian, or the folding paper monkey thingies first, is so I have the Mortal Blade for just this encounter. If you don't have the Mortal Blade, his corpse will just lay here until you get it. But killing him now grants you the last ninjutsu, which I never use, ever. Yeah, it takes a lot of spirit emblems. Yeah, and I think it just makes your sword stronger. Kinda. But it's 7 spirit emblems for the thing. And I don't know how long it lasts, but I know it isn't permanent. That's the one boss fight, the real boss fight, that gives you prayer beads for winning it. So it's definitely worth doing. And we can get the last breath power. Let's just pick up this one. I think I might grab a couple of these, because I think this one here is money. That might be these, though. I think both of those are money. One of them lowers prices from places, I think, and then one of them gives you more money for kills, which can be reasonably valuable. By this point in the game, you don't need money for a whole lot other than prosthetic upgrades. It's very scarce in the beginning, very abundant later, especially if you don't die all the time. Alright, we have a ghost. They are up behind me as well. Kill the shuriken one first, because that one is a melee guy. Yeah, if you don't kill the ape, they're not here, and that room is just empty, so you can travel through it. If you have killed the ape, you must get through all of this stuff, because this is a central area, and this is the only entrance to the Mibu village. Okay, so there's an infinite number of those ghosts in the woods, down in the mist here. They are really, really dangerous. I would not advise going in there, because they'll attack and despawn, and I'm pretty sure that they just keep respawning. There are a couple of roosters in the trees. It shouldn't be anything too bad. Although they can really mess you up on these trees, and if you fall in there, it can be hectic to get out. Getting out of this place is always a little tricky. There we go. Down there is one of the headless, so especially don't fall down there. Now, we can keep going forward. This guy tells you there's someone in a temple who doesn't care about Buddha, who's disrespecting everything. Is kind of a weird encounter. I feel like more was meant to happen in this place, but it didn't. But basically, you have an inhabitant of the Fountainhead Palace who is not supposed to be here. The Fountainhead is a really weird place. And out here, all he does is cause trouble. So you can go that way, which, by the look of it, you would assume is the way to go. I'm going to go over here just to kill a couple roosters. I prefer to have them all taken care of, so I don't have to worry about any of them later. But the way you actually want to go is over here. You can hear the headless below us. I think I saw his blade. Yeah, there he is. Terrifying. Those things are truly terrifying. Once over here, you'll want to just sneak along this. Just hug your way all the way across. It's way easier than entering the woods, which I think is what you have to do to take the other route. Alright, down here you have another one of the drunkard kind of enemies, and a couple monkeys. You don't have to fight him. You can go around him. I prefer to fight him now, because I might as well. The monkeys can get up here. He cannot. Although he has a couple attacks that can reach you. Sometimes the monkeys are a bit stupid. So I don't know if it'll work, but I kind of want to try something here. Just to see if I can shave a health bar off beforehand. I don't really need to, but better than taking chances. This guy's really caught me off guard and torn me up before, and I want to do something. I think they might just straight up prevent you from hiding from him, which is sort of annoying. I'll be back. We'll see if he loses his aggro by then. Alright, once you're out here, though, you'll want to just get on top of this building. And now you can hear the Fountainhead Noble, who is producing all of the fog. He's one of the easiest mini-bosses in the game. One of the two that really doesn't pose a major threat. If you sit still, he'll catch you with fatigue, which is a really weird effect. And it's basically instant death. But once you kill him, the forest reveals what it truly is. This, which was normally blocked by a big rock, is now an open pathway that takes you to Mibu. He gives you Grave Wax, which is a pretty rare upgrade material, but he doesn't give you any prayer beads. Which makes him, I think, the only mini-boss in the game, other than the leader at the very start, who does not give you prayer beads. But now the forest is clear. There are no more ghosts, although the Headless is still around, so be careful if you go into his neck of the woods. Because he's just chilling out over there. Annoying thing about the Headless, you cannot stealth attack them. Them and Shishimen both are immune to any sort of stealth. You're just going to have to fight them if you want to kill them. This is kind of the path you'd have to take if you want to go this route. It's like you have to jump up here and then grapple across. Or you can run right through the woods, but good luck with that. Either way, you're basically going to have to take a dip into the mists, which is always a risk. Lots of dangerous enemies will just start spawning in and taking swings at you, and most of them will succeed. Alright, that should be all the loot. I'm going to go running over here. See if he's lost his aggro. He has. Oh, no. Maybe. Hold on, I have an idea. The only reason I'm putting any effort into this is because I love the death blow animation for attacking these guys from above. You heard nothing. awesome. You can get that animation if you can drain all their posture with a head stomp, which is always difficult to do. That's another mini-boss down. He seems very out of place out here. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like he shouldn't be in this forest. It just doesn't make sense. Regardless, we will continue on. Alright, we're pretty close to Mibu. I just have to make one final gauntlet, which has potential to be very difficult. Although it usually isn't. But it can be. This is where the ghosts thing really comes in big. Some Nightjar can spawn the moment you try to cross this, and they're the Shuriken variant. Which means they can kill you while you're trying to get over here. Because the Shuriken rarely ever miss, and they do lots of extra damage if they hit you in the air. One of the dogs down below, I think, heard me. Doesn't matter, though. Okay, and with that finished, we are here in Mibu Village. Yeah, so that's the money one. Improves the amount of sen obtained from enemies, and improves item drop rates. I didn't know about the item thing. I did know about the sen.
Where you go?
This is the last memorial mob. He has that, which is the anti-terror gourd. The other gourds aren't super useful for a couple of reasons. Alright, take both the scales. I like taking the drinks just because they're key items. And then the purple gourd. So this is extra useful for a couple of reasons. It will reduce all of your terror status buildup. It's an infinite use item, so you don't have to rely on farming it. And it gives you some resistance to terror when you drink it as well. Not for very long, but for a little bit of time. The real reason it's more valuable than the other gourds is because while the other ones will not cancel out the status effect, right, like if you're already poisoned or on fire, they won't fix that problem. But that's mainly because, well, that's just to make them not overpowered. The reason this is more valuable is because it doesn't matter. Like, once poison or terror hits its peak, you're dead instantly. So all it ever does, it's identical to this in use. It's not a little less useful, it's completely, perfectly useful for it. And so, yeah, that's pretty helpful. I've never used this stuff. Reduces the amount of damage received from the lightning status. Okay, so it still hits you with shock, even if you do use this and you get hit by lightning, it'll still deal damage to you. It just reduces it, which isn't super great. It's kind of weird that they put so many of those eel livers in this, given that, well, there's only a couple enemies. Well, I guess at the Fountainhead Palace, people use a pretty decent amount of lightning.
What's that you? Where did you go? Oh.
Alright, so now we got them all. Right, I have no money. As you can see, the lighting has changed because the ape is dead. And I don't think he sells his memo yet. No. He sells one last memo, but I think you have to be in Act 3 for him to do it. Once he sells that, that's your cue that another mini-boss has appeared. I don't have any more gourd seeds. No, so we're just going to go to the Inner Sanctum. And I want to see if I can move this along by this point.
Should I... Please, bless...
Alright, so it gives us some more rice.
I apologize. Thank you.
I don't think you have to eat it right away. I'm pretty sure you can collect it. It's a pretty good item. It restores a lot of vitality. Okay, but yeah, I think after that third one, yeah, now she isn't feeling so good. I never noticed that you could interact with all those before. That's fun.
What's...
It is more.
Oh, you don't...
What? Well.
Oh.
Alright, so if she wants a persimmon,
Good.
you can buy one from the Shigendo Memorial Mob guy. You can find one on the other side of the bridge in Shugendo, which is... It's one of the sculptor's idols, in case you're wondering. You can find it on the other end.
I thank the I ask that.
I will.
Alright, so that's rice that she wants to give to Kuro. Bear in mind, interacting with her beyond the very first time you get the sword is only necessary if you want rice or if you want the return ending. She is useful for nothing else. That's it. He'll comment that I have the flower at this point.
Wolf.
I am.
Something.
Here.
This?
Yes.
She. This look.
It is sweet.
Right?
My...
Which right? I'll make something. One is
Yeah.
the Sunken.
Okay, so he said he'll make something nice, so you just go rest again. Right, he moves.
Come now.
What is...
I made them eat it.
He wants you to eat it. It gives you a lot of regeneration. And I think he gives you a couple.
I made.
My lord.
Oh,
Yes.
so
Alright,
I
so now I've talked him through all of that. Mentioned that I had the flower.
Yeah.
That's about the tree, the
There is
branch.
something
Yeah.
in the divine...
Why?
The blue... And
I think it
achieve
is.
Oh, it is true. However,
The mortal.
yeah, here.
This
Okay.
is-
It with you.
This is just saying that they need his blood for the whole process. You don't need to do this. It's just some extra lore stuff.
That is... Yes. Look there. But...
Yeah.
And so
I see.
you just
Oh,
draw the
that look. I but
blade to draw some blood from him at the end once you have everything else you need for the incense. Like I said, it's not essential. The game understands that you would know that at that point anyway. I don't think you even need to talk to them once you reach that point. But
Did
you
you
can
make
if you
the-
want to.
Yes, he made...
the divine.
Yes, and I have...
Oh, he may be. What am I? I am sure. Yet there is something.
Yes.
What is?
Lord...
Lord, I should know you. I apologize.
I'll just give another persimmon.
Oh, yeah. Now,
I see.
farewell, mid.
And now, I don't think I can do anything more from here.
My friend, with I can.
Hello.
You've. Farewell, mid.
Okay, so yeah. I can't make it go any further until you get a book, which you can only have after you get Mibu diving technique, which you need, or which you acquire at the end of Mibu Village. So, that's as far as we can get with that. And that's really the most annoying part of the quest. So I'm going to end this one here then. So next one we'll be picking up, clearing out all of Mibu Village, which can be a bit taxing. It's a weird place. But once we get that done, I think I might then take the time to use the diving technique and explore the underwater sections of most of the map. And get everything that I can get out of that. I'll save Ashina Castle's second part for its own episode after that, but I'll try to get all of the side stuff that I can cleared up. But for now, that is all. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.